welcome to Skybox Sports News, bringing you week 2 of the NCAA picks against the Vegas spread. We've got some heck of a games lined up for this week. We're going to get serious and get rolling right away. At number 11, we got Oklahoma State Cowboys. They are favored by 28 over South Alabama Jaguars. They will cover that. Take that bet. There you go. 28. They're going to win by at least 29. Big win for Oklahoma coming up there. The Cowboys. All right, now we got number 8, Michigan. They're playing at home against the Cincinnati Bearcats. They've got 34.5 points. They will cover that. They will cover that. Take that bet. Looking forward to seeing that ball game. Michigan looked wonderful last week against Florida. Great defense there. All right, now we've got Florida Atlantic, the Owls versus the Wisconsin Badgers. Them Badgers were looking mighty fierce last week. We're going to go ahead and take that. They are 31.5 points. They got to win by 32. They will. Now we got number 17, the Louisville Cardinals versus the North Carolina Tar Heels. They're on the road in North Carolina. They've got they're giving away 9.5 points to Carolina, but they got that Heisman Trophy winning quarterback in Louisville. We're going to go ahead and take them, boys. They're going to win. They're going to win big. I think they're going to watch. They're going to win by at least 10. Take that one. All right, now we're heading into number 19. Kansas State Wildcats versus the Charlotte 49ers. Kansas State is 36.5 point favorite. I do not think they are going to cover that. So do not take that bet. You look at Charlotte, the 49ers will be within 36.5 points. All right, now we got the South Florida Bulls, number 21, on the road in the Connecticut Huskies. 17-point favorites. They will cover that. Take that bet, South Florida. Now we got us an interesting game here. We got us number 1 Alabama playing at home. No doubt they're going to win. They're playing against Fresno State, the Bulldogs, who put up 60-plus points last week. It's against Incarnate Ward, not a major team, but a lot of points. Are they going to win by 43.5 points, Alabama? I don't think so. I'm going to say no. I think the Dogs will hang in there, and I think they'll hang in there. So they will not win by 43.5 points. We're going to keep Fresno State there. So they will be within 43.5 of Alabama. Number 1 in the nation. Go Dogs. All right, here we go. Now we're coming up on number 4, Penn State, the Nittany Lions. They're 21-point favorites, playing at home over the Pittsburgh Panthers. They will cover that. Take that. Nittany Lions will cover 21. Now we've got at number 16, we got them Hurricanes playing up against, on the road there, against Arkansas State Red Wolves. Miami's 14.5. Take that bet. They will win that. They will win by more than that. Miami Hurricanes. Virginia Tech Hokies versus the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. There's no line on this one. Very interesting. I could not find a line on this one. I will take the Hokies straight up. Now we've got number 23, TCU, the Horned Frogs. Watch out, these Horned Frogs. You got to watch these Horned Frogs. They're going up against them Razorbacks from Arkansas. Arkansas is not what they used to be. TCU's ranked. TCU's on the road. TCU's they're giving away 3 points to Arkansas. I'm going to take the Horned Frogs in that one. Now we've got Indiana State Sycamores versus the number 25 Tennessee Volunteers. They're spotting Indiana State 5 points. We're going to take them Volunteers. And Volunteers will win. They pulled out a nice big victory coming out of this ball game we saw the other day. Wow, that was a hell of a ball game. against them in Georgia Tech. All right, now we've got the number. Well, we've got a couple of ranks facing off here. A couple of ranked teams here. Holy smokes. We got number 13, the Auburn Tigers. And we got number 3, the Clemson Tigers. We got us a Tiger fight right here. Holy smokes. I got to go with them. They're giving away 5 points to Auburn. But Clemson's at home, and they're the national champions. I'm going with Clemson. That Tiger is in the tank. There you go. So that Tiger, not the Auburn Tiger, the Clemson Tiger. All right, now we're going into number 10, Florida State Seminoles. They're at home against the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. Oh, that's a good name, Warhawks. Well, the Warhawks are in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. They're in trouble, and Florida State's favored by 32. They will win by more than that. So we're going with Florida State there. They got problems with the QB spot there. I'm going to still stick with Florida State on that. They just lost their starting quarterback for the whole season. Keep that in mind as we go forward. Now we got the matchup of the week. Number 5 Oklahoma Sooners versus the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes. They are giving the Buckeyes 7.5. Oklahoma's got 7.5 on the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes didn't look that great this last game they played. They started off kind of slow, you know. Oklahoma was nice and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They got 7.5 points. I'm going to take Oklahoma with the 7. I'm going to take the 7.5 with Oklahoma and run. I'm taking the 7.5 with Oklahoma and I'm running. Number 5 versus number 2. I'm taking number 5 and the 7.5. All right, now we've got number 12, LSU Tigers. They're playing at home against the Chattanooga Moccasins. Holy smokes! That sounds vicious, them moccasins. But they ain't got any teeth. I'm going with the LSU Tigers and those Tiger Claws. And we're going to go ahead and even spot those boys in Chattanooga. The line is 31.5. LSU will win by more than that. Okay, now we've got us another ranked matchup. Ranked versus ranked. I like these ranked versus ranked matchups. So it's getting me excited, getting me fired up about the season. We got number 24, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, playing at home versus the Georgia Bulldogs at number 16. They are giving the Irish 4.5 points at home against the Bulldogs. I've got to. Them Georgia Bulldogs looked mighty good this last game they played. They looked mighty good. I'm going to take the Bulldogs, and they're going to win by 5. The line is 4.5. Georgia Bulldogs will win by 5. All right, here we go. Now we got Northern Colorado Bears versus the number 22 Florida Gators. Gators, boy, did they fall, huh? My goodness. Gators have got problems. They got problems. You know, can't seem to. They got crushed yesterday. Not yesterday, but this weekend by Michigan. That line, the offensive line, needs to work harder, but I think they'll hold up against the Bears. And there is no line on this particular game, so I'm going to go straight up. We're going to pick Florida Gators to win over the Colorado Bears. All right, here we go. Now we're going into the Montana Grizzlies. Holy smokes, these guys got claws. They're coming into the Washington Huskies. Oh, those guys got teeth, and they've got another 7 ranking. They're giving them 10 points. Montana 10 points. The Huskies will win by more than 10. They'll win by at least 11. We're going to take the number 7 Washington Huskies. Now we've got another ranked matchup. I love these ranked matchups. It makes the season, gives a nice, good flavor, some sizzle. We've got the USC Trojans playing at home against the number 14 Stanford Cardinal. Holy smokes, number 6 versus 14. They're giving Stanford 7 points. I'm taking the 7 points and I'm running for the hills. Stanford looked very good last week. USC was lethargic to say the best. They came alive, but it took them a while to come alive. They can't do that against Stanford. Them Cardinals will eat you alive. I'm going with the Cardinals with the 7 points to win that ball game. So in other words, if they're within 7, Cardinals win. All right, Boise State Broncos. They're at number 20, the Washington State Cougars. They're giving the Boise State 10.5 points. Washington State is too tough. They are going to cover the 10.5. I will stick with Washington State Cougars. Those are your picks for week 2 of the NCAA, brought to you by Skybox Sports News. Like, subscribe, share. Goodbye.